Hey, assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. What's up? How are y'all doing on this beautiful Sunday evening? What's going on, my reading community, reading family? I hope you guys are doing great. Come on in this room, y'all, because we are in celebratory mode, okay? Why is that? Well, because this is the 100th anniversary of the celebration of Black History Month. That's right, you guys. And of course, you already know, we already know that Black history is every day. Black history is a part of the global history. All right. There ain't going to be no history, okay, if Black folks ain't involved. All right. So we already know that. And for those of you who do not know, now you do. Okay. My name is Miss Sasha. As you all see on the screen, I'm the founder and executive director of ABC Read, a nonprofit organization that I started over 10 years ago. That's right, with the mission to develop and nurture a culture of literacy in Black and underserved communities, y'all. So we do dope things like read alouds, have reading experiences. We have literacy activities. We, of course, one of our main important things is we are building home libraries. I don't know if you all know the statistic, but there are about 61% of homes, low-income homes, where our folks do not have books in them. And I can attest to this. When I go into the schools and I'm substitute teaching and I'm doing read alouds, and I'll ask the kids, I'll say, how many of you have books at home? You would think that all the kids, especially this is 2026, right? You would think, listen, everybody should have at least a book in their house. There are kids there are kids who don't raise their hand, and they'll be like, I'm asking you, do you have books at home? Raise your hand. I'm saying it again. They're like, no, I don't. I'm like, huh? So, yeah, crazy, right? So, with that being said, you guys, we're on this mission, and I appreciate you guys coming on and joining me. I see there are a couple people in the live. I would love for you guys to come in and, say hey, say peace, say what's up. Say you're here, right? I love it. This is an interactive space, not me just talking to you guys. I want you guys to, chime in the chat. That would be great. So with all of that being said, I am definitely so happy to be here, and I'm about to get ready to get started with this read aloud this evening, y'all. Yes, Carter reads the newspaper. Let me know in the chat, are you already familiar with this story? If you don't mind, I would love to get feedback from you. If you would please just, be so kind and gracious. Try not to beg, y'all. But if you would just please let me know in the chat if you are already familiar with this story. Just tell me, yes, you already know. Are you already familiar with Dr. Carter G. Woodson being the one who created Black History Month, which actually started as Negro History Week? Okay, then it turned into Negro History Month, and then it became Black History Month, right? If you're familiar, nobody has responded yet, so I guess I'm assuming maybe that you're not familiar. It's okay. If you are not familiar with the story, you're here to get familiar with the story, all right? This story was written by DEBORAH Hopkinson, illustrated by Don Tate. Shout out to Don Tate. I'm connected to him on Facebook. I actually tagged him in this particular read aloud because I love to pump up our Black authors and Black illustrators. Our Black authors, they're starting to get more pub, but we need to also make sure that we are publicizing and we are acknowledging those Black illustrators. These illustrators, they literally make these stories come to life. Okay, so shout out to him. All right, so let's go in and get started with this read aloud for this evening. One of the things that I love about this, but you guys see this, right? I don't know if you all can see the names of these different Black people throughout history. So these are Black people, not just in America, but across the globe, y'all. How dope is this? You guys see this? Oh man, shout out again to Dante. He does such phenomenal work, you guys. Some of the people here, he has a brother Taharka. Then you have Hannibal. I've heard of King Hannibal, right? I'm quite sure a lot of you all heard of King Hannibal Barca. Mansa Musa. Why is Mansa Musa important? Because Mansa Musa is still considered to this day the richest man or richest person ever. Okay. No one has surpassed his wealth yet. And I pray no one does. But what was so special about Mansa Musa is that he would give wealth to the people. So he wasn't a hoarder. Okay. He was a man who was connected to the people and he was about education. All right. He was an African Muslim man and he had universities as well as mosques built. And again, like I said, he would give gold to the people, so much so that the value of the gold had to started to go down because you had a lot of people who had gold. All right. So this is an important part of the book. For those of you who got this book or you get it from the library, I would talk to my children about these different people who are drawn here. All right. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So here we go. And Queen Amina, I had to shout out a woman as well, right? Queen Amina. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Carter reads the newspaper. Each February, we celebrate Black History Month. It's a time to honor heroes like Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. But there's one hero we sometimes forget, and that's Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson didn't help people escape from slavery, start a bus strike, or lead a movement of millions. Yet without him, we might not have Black History Month. This is his story. Carter was born on a small farm in Virginia in 1875, 10 years after the end of the Civil War. Carter's parents, James Henry and Anne Eliza, were born into slavery, and Carter grew up hearing about their lives. The stories they told weren't part of any history book, but Carter kept them in his heart. James Henry had run away from his master to join the Union Army and fight for freedom. Times were hard, though. After the war, James Henry worked on the railroad, saving enough to buy a few acres of worn out land. Most years, the crops brought in only $100 or less. Anne Eliza was unbelievably brave. When she was a girl, her master decided to sell her mother. Anne Eliza asked him to sell her instead. That way, her mother wouldn't have to leave her other five children. But no one offered enough money for Anne Eliza, so her master sold her mother and two little brothers instead. Anne Eliza didn't see them again until after the Civil War. She never forgot the horror of standing on the auction block. Carter's parents struggled to feed and clothe seven children. Especially in winter and early spring, food was scarce. Carter, the youngest one, said, "We would leave the table hungry to go to the woods and pluck the persimmons." Many times he had to jump into bed early on Saturday nights so his mother could wash his only pants and shirt for church the next day. Carter could only attend school 4 months each year. The rest of the time he was needed to work on the farm. Learning didn't happen just at school. James Henry taught his children to stand up for themselves and take pride in who they were. He gave Carter the courage to look anyone in the eye and declare, I am your equal. And though Carter's father couldn't read or write, he believed in being an informed citizen. So he asked Carter to read the newspaper to him. But newspapers weren't easy to come by. Sometimes Carter read from old ones that had been used to wrap up food or packages. Reading the newspaper gave Carter his first glimpse of the wider world. Carter longed to go to high school, but his family needed him to earn money. When he was 15, he hired himself out to nearby farms, working long hours under the hot sun. He also drove a garbage wagon. High school would have to wait. Carter's older brother Robert found good paying work in the coal mines of West Virginia. Carter decided to join him there. Mining was grueling work for a boy not yet 17. It was dangerous. Once, a piece of slate came crashing down on Carter's head. He never forgot his time in the mines. Years later, Carter said, I am a coal miner, and I can take anything. In this harsh place, Carter met a man named Oliver Jones. You have to look hard to find Oliver's name in a history book. But in that small mining camp in Fayette County, West Virginia, Oliver did something important. He changed one life, and that life changed many. Like Carter's father, Oliver was a Civil War veteran who believed in education. As a soldier who had been at the Battle of Appomattox on the final day of the Civil War, Oliver had fought for freedom and equality. He was still willing to do his part to further the cause, said Carter. Each evening after working in the mines, Oliver threw open the doors of his little house to the other miners. He made his home a reading room, filling it with books by African American writers and with newspapers from all over the country. He sold ice cream and fruits, all at prices the men could afford. At first, Carter just went for the food, but that changed. Carter said, when Oliver Jones learned that I could read, he soon engaged me to inform him and his friends as to what was in the daily newspapers. Carter was happy to oblige. He liked reading the newspaper. Besides, he said later, I always enjoyed nice things to eat. Carter admired Oliver. He was a well-educated man, but he could neither read nor write, said Carter. He learned through others. Carter began to learn in the same way. Carter had longed for school. Life at Oliver's tea room turned out to be school of a different kind. Whenever Oliver and the other miners had questions about something Carter read in the newspaper, it was Carter's job to research the answers. If a Civil War veteran was in the news, Oliver wanted to know all about the man. I had to look him up in the books, I informed my friends as to what battles he had fought, said Carter. If there was a question about economics, politics, or a new law, it was up to Carter to find out all about it in the newspaper and explain it to his friends. Carter was inspired by Oliver and this circle of men committed to freedom, equality, and knowledge. Men whose own life stories would never be in history books. And so the seeds of Carter's own life work began to grow. My interest in penetrating the past of my people was deepened. Carter worked in the mines for 3 years. When he was 20, he moved home to Virginia to start high school. He finished in just 2 years. Carter went on to college and became a teacher. He continued to study and work, earning a master's degree when he was 33. Then, when Carter was 37, he earned a PhD in history from Harvard University, the second African American to do so. W.E.B. Du Bois was the first. Carter was the first and only Black American whose parents had been enslaved to receive a doctorate in history. And this is when he became Dr. Carter G. Woodson. At Harvard, so the story goes, one of Carter's professors said that Black people had no history. Carter remembered his father's pride, his mother's courage, and Oliver's determination to learn. He remembered reading the newspaper. Carter spoke up. No people lacked a history, he said. The professor challenged Carter to prove him wrong. And for the rest of his life, Carter did just that. In 1926, he established Negro History Week. Of course, later it became Black History Month. Carter chose the second week of February to mark the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Today, our entire nation celebrates Black History Month, and we honor Dr. Carter G. Woodson as the father of Black history. But in 1926, Carter was alone with his new idea. He had to blaze a trail. He had to spread the word at a time when there were no computers or internet or television. So Carter sent pamphlets about Negro History Week out to schools, colleges, churches, and women's clubs. And of course, he sent notices to newspapers. The boy who began by reading the newspaper to others transformed the way people thought about history. He fought for a history based on truth, a history that includes all people. Carter G. Woodson didn't just study history, he changed it. And we can too. The end. All right, and here, this is just the bibliography page, right? So this is where authors, especially, when they're doing a nonfiction book, they have to do research, all right? It takes a lot of research to put together these picture books because they have to be as accurate as possible. So that's what the bibliography page is. It's just showing, it's giving a list of the different books that the author used to do the research to write this book, okay? So with that being said now, Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the author's notes, illustrator's notes, and in the back, what I love about this book, all the different pictures of the Black people that you see throughout the book. They have a list of who they are, when they were born, if there was a date for when they were born, and when they died as well. So, and obviously their accomplishments. So again, this is a great entry point into finding out about Dr. Carter G. Woodson. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Let me know in the chat if you enjoyed the story. Let me know in the chat, was there anything in this book that you did not know about Dr. Carter G. Woodson? Was there some new information that you learned from this book? While you guys are doing that, I am going to pull up the Kahoot game. I'm hoping to see my regulars up in here. All right, so let me go ahead and get to sharing. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, we play a Kahoot game. So I came up with questions that are related to the story. And you guys have to have a device. You put in the PIN number. It's extremely simple. You'll go to Kahoot. So let me put that in the chat now for those of you who are not familiar. So Kahoot.it. And I'm going ahead and pressing enter now for that. All right. So you guys see that. Okay. So you type that in and then it'll say like enter the game PIN. And so then you guys will enter that. Then you put in your name or nickname, whatever you want to do. And then you will appear on this. Your name will appear on the screen. All right. And so this is a friendly competition, like I try to explain every week, to where, you guys are, demonstrating that you had understanding of the story. And so this is not, we are encouraging people here. Okay. So if you get an answer wrong, it's okay. You learned. All right, remember that. So let me go ahead and do the sharing of the screen and pull up the Kahoot, y'all. Yeah, yes, indeed. I see it's quiet in the chat. I'm not used to it being so quiet in the chat. I'm used to seeing people, they putting some things in the chat, but that's all right. It's okay. You may not feel like typing today. That's all right. I'm just glad you're here. All right, and let's see. We're about to get ready to, it's loading now. Yep, so let me, it's loading now. So I'm just trying to, yeah, loading. Waiting for it to appear so then I can go ahead and get ready to, yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, cool. Let me click start. Okay, cool. Good. All right, perfect. All right, I did this the last time. It's so funny. I like, let me, I literally did that the last time. Let's see. All right, sorry about that, you guys. Ah, here it is right here. Oh, I gotta turn this up. All right, there we go. All right, there we go, y'all. Oh, yeah, you sure can. I should start seeing names pop in now. Yay, CJ! I love it. Let's get it. Man, CJ, I love seeing your name pop up. You don't play, you are consistent, and that's what I'm talking about. The consistency, it's what gets us the success. Always remember that. When you be committed to something, just keep doing it over and over again. That practice always makes better. It always refines you. All right. So, and that's why I show up every week. All right. Bam. So I see CJ. We're about to have another player. I see a couple of people. Hopefully you guys aren't having any issues. Oh, and it even shows, I just noticed too, it shows on the right there on the screen anyway, how you can join. You can even do the QR code if you choose as well, if you don't want to type anything in. Yay, Musa the GOAT is back. We got 2 players in the house, 2 players in the house. This one I made, it was 18 questions, okay? Because this book, you know, it had a lot of different things that I wanted to. Sydney, yay! Oh, I love my crew. Go ahead. That's what I'm talking about. Sydney, CJ, Musa the GOAT. Anybody else? Or am I able to begin? Ooh, Princess Pretty is back. Yay! Woo! I'm excited. I get so excited, y'all. And that's how we gotta be. We gotta get excited about learning and reading together. We are in a great community, y'all. Make sure you guys share, y'all. I'm telling you, sharing is caring. I want to see more of us. I want to see this filled up. All right. So y'all make sure y'all spread the word. All right. So let me go ahead and click start now. We're gonna go ahead and do this now. Now. Now I talked about him. I know y'all don't remember this name. I said his name multiple times. Who's the illustrator of the story? See if you guys got it. Okay, so 2 of you guys got it. Okay, so TATE is the illustrator, right? The illustrator does what, y'all? Anybody want to put in the chat before I say it? Draws the pictures, right? The author is the one who writes the words. So DEBORAH Hopkinson was the author. TATE is the illustrator. Okay, but that's all right. We keeping it moving. I'm proud of y'all. Let's do it. Let's grow. Let's see. All right. Show you guys what's going on real quick. Okay, great job, CJ and Princess Pretty. All right, good try, Sydney and Musa the GOAT. Make sure you guys got 17 more questions, y'all. So y'all got time. Okay, we got time today. We got time today. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. All right, let me share this. Bam. Okay, Carter was born on a small farm in what state? That was in the beginning of the book. And 2 of these states y'all heard in the book. So y'all know, y'all see how I do. You know, I try to trip you up a little bit. I want to see you were listening. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, no. No, Georgia wasn't mentioned. It was Virginia. Virginia. That's right. He was born on a small farm in Virginia. All right. All right. So let's grow. Let's grow. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the next. Let's see who was able to get those answers in. Okay. All right. Look at that. Okay. Musa the GOAT. All right. So he moved up to the first place. So everybody got it. Okay. All right. It's just a matter of who got it first. Okay. Well, let's grow. We keeping it moving. Okay. Who was James Henry in relation to Carter? Okay. No, it wasn't his uncle. Okay, or his brother. That was his father. James Henry is his father. All right. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, all right, all right. CJ moved in first place. Moves to the go second. Princess Pretty coming right behind, and Sydney coming right behind as well. And again, we're learning together, y'all. Y'all know how I am. I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable and nobody feels like, feel bad for getting a wrong answer. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Why did James Henry join the Union Army? I forgot to put the word I noticed in my answer, to fight for his freedom. Okay, so that's what that answer is supposed to be. Okay, all right. So two of you guys got that right. That's right. He wanted to fight for something, so that was right. What he didn't care about loving his country, loving to fight. He didn't think it was cool to have a gun. He wanted to fight for his country. Excuse me, fight for his country. Look at me. He wanted to fight for his freedom. All right. Remember, he was enslaved. Him and his wife, which is Carter's mother. These are his parents. They were enslaved. Okay, meaning other people owned them. Okay. All right, good job, CJ. Sydney moves to the go. Princess Pretty, I'm proud of y'all. You're doing great. Look at that. Look at that. Sydney move right on up to second. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. All right, let's see. All right, number 5. What happened on an auction block? That's right. Yep. So that's exactly what happened, unfortunately. Yep, 3 of you got that correct. All right. So yes, remember, that was Carter's mother. It talked about that in the book, where she had to witness what she had to witness, right? With her own mother. Okay. All right. Good job, CJ. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Excellent. Sydney, Princess Pretty, moves to the goat. How did Anna Eliza show her bravery? How she show her courage, y'all? Go ahead, y'all. Woo! Oh, y'all got that right. I see somebody, I don't know if one of the people got booted out because it was 4 people participating. I only see 3 answers. So hopefully, whoever that was, you're able to come back in. So let me show you guys. Okay, great job, CJ. Once again, with 4 in a row. Correct, Sydney. That's what's up. Moose of the Goat moved up, and Princess Pretty is still in effect, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. All right, we are almost halfway there. Okay, so check this, right? This is a vocabulary question. In the story, the author said, especially in winter and early spring, food was scarce. What does scarce mean? Okay, take that back to remember Carter when he was a kid. Remember, we talked about the struggles, right? That's the clue I'm giving y'all. Okay, very good. That's right. Scarce means there was very little, right? Very little food, right? That's what that meant in the how the author was using that word in the story. All right. Let's see. Okay. Good job, CJ, Sydney, Princess Pretty moved up. Go ahead. All right. So I'm talking about. Woo! Moose of the goat. Let's grow. All right. Number 8. How often could Carter go to school. Remember that? Okay. No, not 9 months. One person got it right. 4 months. He only could go 4 months out of the year because he had to work the other months to help his family. That's how much of a struggle it was for his family. So, yep. All right, good job. So we got Sydney, we got CJ, Sydney. All right, I see a little heart. Oh wow, how did that happen? That's kind of cool. All right, we got Princess Pretty answer and Musa the Goat. All right, love it, love it. All right, here we go, here we go. That's cool. I've never seen that happen. Y'all let me know how you did that, Sydney. Okay, what lesson was Carter's father teaching him when he told him to say to anyone, I am your equal? What was his father teaching him? Okay, all right. So two of you got that correct. All right. So no, he didn't want him to act like other people. Mm-mm. No, no, no. He wanted him to be himself. He was like, no, you're gonna speak up for yourself. Remember, those were the lessons, even though his father struggled because he didn't know how to read or write, but he understood that was education as well. Princess Pretty with the 3 correct in a row. Let's grow. Come on, y'all. Look at y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Most of the Goat, Sydney, CJ. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, why did Carter's father ask him to read the newspaper aloud? Excuse me. Okay, all right, good. That's right. He couldn't read or write. And just for those of you who may not know them in particular, especially talking about my young people, uh, Black people, unfortunately, were enslaved in this country. So a big part of the enslavement process meant that you were not allowed to read or write or learn. So that's why you had a very large amount of Black people who did not know how to read and write. So when they did find somebody who could, they treasured that because our people always valued education. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right. All right. Good job. I'm proud of y'all. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving to the next question. All right, here's another vocabulary word question. Mining was grueling work for a boy not yet 17. What does grueling mean? Okay, so no, not very easy. Mm-mm. No, that was the part when he talked about him working in the coal mines. And in fact, a piece of slate, which is like a thin piece and a thick piece, but like a flat piece, rather, flat, thick piece of rock fell on his head Okay. It was very hard and tiresome. So that's what grueling means. All right. So that's cool. If you did not pick the correct answer for that one, again, you are learning. Okay, look at you, Princess Pretty. Go ahead. You got that five, the answer streak of five. CJ still in that lead. Sydney is still banging. And Musa the GOAT is in the house. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Come on. Y'all making learning fun and just popular. Who was the man? I mean, who was the man did Carter meet in the coal mines that believed in education like Carter's father? What was his name? Y'all see, I tried to trip you up with those answers. Y'all peeped that? But y'all too smart though. Y'all know. And if somebody doesn't get it right, it's okay too. Yes. All right. All right. Yes. Oliver Jones. All right. Oliver Jones. All right. Notice what I did, right? I put Jones Oliver, just trying to, trip you up a little bit. And James Henry is Carter's father. Okay. So it definitely wasn't him. Okay. And plus, I said like Carter's father. So it was Oliver Jones. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. All right. Cool. CJ, Princess Pretty. Woo! Them answer streaks me over. Oh, I see you. You're doing a little reaction, Sydney. I see. That's pretty cool. Look, y'all be teaching me stuff. I didn't know you could do stuff like that. I'm all seeing these little emojis that Sydney's put. I'm like, what's she doing? That's cool. I love it. Keep being creative. Y'all keep, listen. Y'all know a lot about this, more about this technology than us older folks. What did Oliver turn his home into so the other coal miners could benefit from it? He turned it into a what? Same thing we do every Sunday. What we do here with this shirt. What my sweatshirt say? That's the clue. That's the clue. Yeah. What? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all the bomb. Y'all the bomb.com. Look at y'all. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Y'all did not come to play, but you came to play, but in a good way, right? That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What did Oliver ask Carter to do at his reading room? Exactly, right? Come on. He wasn't there to tell jokes. He wasn't being no comedian. He wasn't there to sing and dance. He like, you gonna read this knowledge. Okay, we about to be educated around here. All right. That's what we about to do. Okay, look at that. And that's what y'all about. That's why I love this book too. It connects so much to what we doing here in this space on Sundays. I love it. I get so excited, y'all. So don't be tripping out on me, y'all, okay? Because this was what I do. It's what I love. So why was it important for Carter to read the newspapers to the coal miners? Why was this important? Yay! That's right. Exactly. It wasn't about he wanted to show them up and be like, yes, I can read so well. No, this is a community. He like, no, I'm helping my elders. You see, he was the youngin' in the crew. Right? He was the youngin' in the crew. All right, here we go. CJ, 10,000. Okay, Princess Pretty. Come on, streak. Sydney. Who said I go? That's what I'm talking about. Let's grow, y'all. All right. Down to the last few questions. Uh-oh. How old was Carter when he became Dr. Carter G. Woodson? Okay, all right. So a couple of you guys remembered, all right? So yes, he was 37. Okay. Yep, he was 37. That's right. Let's see. All right, good job, CJ Princess. Woo-hoo. Wow, okay. Princess Pretty on that streak. Sydney in full effect. Moose of the GOAT. CJ still at the top. All right, let's do it. We got two more. We down our last two, I believe. Yep, it's 17, then it's 18. What did Carter, say to the professor who claimed black people had no history? Now you know he was crazy and out of his mind. Yes, that's right. He said, no people lacked a history. And how did he get that courage? How did he get that courage to speak up? He got it from his father. His father taught him well. Even though his father couldn't read or write, his father still taught him. He said, no, you are going to speak up for yourself. You ain't about to cower down to nobody. Nobody. The lessons in this book. Go ahead, CJ Princess Pretty, Sydney, Moose, let's go. Let's grow. Last one. I want everybody. I want everybody to get this answer right, y'all. 18 of 18. Everybody. In 1926, what did Carter G. Woodson create to celebrate Black people's achievements? Come on, y'all. Okay, not Frederick Douglass Month. It was Black History Month. Black History Month. This is what we're in right now, you guys. February 1st. And we know Black history is every day, right? We know that. But we're honoring our dear brother, Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Okay, so that's why we have to make sure that we're making this important. We keep this legacy going. I don't care what nobody tell you, what nobody say. We gonna celebrate, and we're gonna celebrate it March 1st and all the other months of the year. Okay, that's how we do. All right, go ahead. Woo, Sydney. Hey, Princess Pretty. Woo woo. And CJ, let's do it. Woo! And Moose of the GOAT, 4th place. We're proud of you. I'm proud of all of y'all. You guys did phenomenal. Y'all don't be playing. Y'all my tribe. I love this. I am super proud of y'all. And let me shout out the parents too. My parents who are, making sure that your kids, they are showing up on this Sunday evening. I hope this is helping them too, by the way. I hope, I would love to get feedback from you guys. Let me know if this is something that's not only that you're enjoying, but it is helpful to you as well, all right? Because this is the intent. I want you guys to go learn as much as you can about Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Make sure that you are reading. Make sure that you are talking about Black people. And you are not being afraid, just like how Carter G. Woodson was not afraid to speak up if somebody tries to say something, like they, trying to play us as Black folks that we don't have a history and we don't know this. And the only thing we can do is dance and sing and tell jokes. We're about studying and inventing, right? And we read and we love to study. And you guys are showing this right here. And I appreciate you guys again so much. I hope that this was beneficial. Let's see here. Let me stop the share here. All right. So I hope this was beneficial to everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in once again to another Read Aloud Sunday with me, Miss Sasha. And remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. And remember, reading is freedom. Peace.
All in a row.